Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our daily news analysis, the Hindu news analysis. Under that, we will study the IAS PCS wala daily current affairs. The major topic today is this Bharat Ratna, and only one, two topic are there. So we will start it and we will try to complete it in a quick manner. So today we don't have that much content in the Hindu. So we will start with the most important news you are seeing here. This is the three Padam award given to MS Swaminathan. So you should know that he was the main leader into the Green Revolution. Then PV Narasimha Rao, when the liberalization was taken place, and yes, Chaudhry Charan Singh, a farmers leader, and yes, he was the prime minister after the emergency. So this is all about. You should know that there is a good article on the PV Narasimha Rao on the this editorial page. So we will study that. Here we should know that yes, this Bharat Ratna awardees, more than that, this is the largest number of the Bharat Ratna award that has been given till now. Means before that it was the 4 awardees in a year in 1994. Now it is the 5 because 3 of them and 2's Mr. Lal Krishna Advani and Karpuri Thakur, the former Chief Minister of the Bihar. So total number is the 5. So this is all about. So you should know that Chaudhry Charan Singh served between as the Prime Minister 1979 to 1980, just for 1 year. Okay. And Narasimha Rao 1991 to 1996, here it has given. So you should understand the Green Revolution. Under that, Punjab, Western, UP, Haryana, and yes, part of Rajasthan, they get the a very high rate of the growth in the agriculture, and that's make us the self-sufficient. Next important news. There is the riots and curfew that is going in the Uttarakhand. So this is not good for any nation. So you should know that this is not good. In the Pakistan, the election is going on, and the party under the Imran Khan leading with the 92. As per the recent news, it is around the 100. But the Nawaz Sharif party, this Pakistan Muslim League, and Bilawal Bhutto, the Jardaris, his Pakistan People Party, they in the coalition going to form the government as per the recent news. This is all about. You will study all this in the yesterday news as well, tomorrow's news as well. So any other recent, any other relevant thing for us? This article is important with respect to the status of preamble. So preamble, the challenge that is going on, that the change, the amendment of the preamble in 1976, particularly the introduction of word socialist and secular, that is valid or not, and also the unity of nation, and was replaced with the unity and integrity of nation. So 3 word was added, not the 2 word. Always we forget the integrity. Integrity was also added, but the challenge is for the socialist and secular. The question was that this preamble reads that this constitution, and yes, it has the date that it declared on the 26th of the November. So should 26th of the November, this is the declaration in the constitution, but this change is in 1976, so this violates this provision. But UPSC is talking that as per the Keswan and Bharti case, please remember that this is the largest bench of the Supreme Court. 13 judges were there, and it's accepted that the parliament can amend the preamble, any part of the constitution, without changing the basic structure. And the basic structure has neither been defined by the judiciary, neither by the our constitution or the any act. So this is very abstract, no concrete, and whenever judiciary comes with the new case, it's see that whether this is basic structure or not. So it is the case to case basis, like the few of the area that has been declued at the basic structures such as the federal nature of the Indian state, secular nature of Indian state, democracy, parliamentary system, all this thing has been declared. Okay, so this is all about. One more news is with respect to this oral rehydration salt that is famously known as the ORS. This is not being accepted by the people. Generally, it is the very low cost solution for the diarrhea that is common in the children. But the people think that this is not a medicine. We have the habit na, ki, until and unless with some bitterness is there in the medicine, we do not consider. So we do not consider this, and yes, people do not accept, and that's why the health service worker, they are also not recommending this. Generally, people are give more preference to this uh, antibiotic medicine, and also this antibiotics gives more profit to this agent, so that's why they also try to give this as compared to the all is the political news. Yes, you should know that this we have added this Paharis and Valmikis in the ST list. Already we saw that there has been the 7 tribes that has been added from the Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. Now this is addition of this Valmiki community to the ST list. Okay. Koli community to ST list and Valmiki community to SC list. Please remember. Okay. So please remember what are the tribe that has been added. So along with the this Paddari tribe, Gadda Brahmin and Koli communities that has been added into the ST list, and Valmiki into the SC list. Please remember that. So this is all about. Next important news that is relevant for us is this Mandal Mandir and now market that has been rewarded this year as the Bharatvan. So here it has mentioned that it is the starting of this Mandal Commission that was started that by the Karpuri Thakur, who advocated for the reservation for the intermediate caste in the OBC, and it was reached its climax with the implementation of Mandal Commission by the VP Singh, then Prime Minister. So after that, we also see on the same time there was the emergence of the Hindutva. It was started with this Yatra Somnath to Ayodhya, and after that the culmination of the Ram temple. So it is the Mandir, Mandal, Mandir and market with the PV Narasimha Rao, who started the after the this initiation of liberalization of the market by the Rajiv Gandhi. He faced some hurdle and he doesn't have that much political skill to handle the opposition and others. So it was reached its climax at the time of the Prime Minister Narasimha Rao. So it is the Mandal, Mandir and market that has been awarded. Okay. So most skilled of the political operators overcome his many political hardship and finally open the economy. This is for the PV Narasimha Rao. He was so much able to handle his opposition as well as his own party member. They were not ready to go for the liberalization. That's why he was considered as a very skillful parliamentarians as well as the Prime Minister. So here it has mentioned that it was the parliamentary opposition, domestic capitalist as well as the Congress party itself that was opposing this market liberalization. So his contribution has not been recognized as much due to the tussle between inside the Congress itself. So here it has further mentioned that how he tried to handle all this thing. In the last paragraph, it has mentioned that he was not there is a black spot on his prime ministership due to this demolition of the Babri mosque, but he is in the last paragraph he is mentioning that the Singha Rao was also a bit so much deft belief. Despite in the religion, he has the belief in the coexistence of the Hindu and Muslim in India. So he mentioned that this class of civilization that was defined by this Samuel P. Huntington, that he mentioned that such class of civilization is not existing in India, and Islam and Hinduism can coexist. And he was of the view that despite we have so many examples of the religious war in India, we have simultaneously cooperation and non-violent coexistence in India. We can see lot of such things. Whatever the war, whatever the riot that is going in India, it is manufactured, manipulated. It is not the natural. Naturally, people like to live peacefully and coexist with each other. Okay. There is also blot on his for due to his handling of this anti-Sikh riots. He was the home minister at that particular time, but he didn't followed his own conscience, as per many times here it has mentioned. Okay, he could have ended the violence, but he followed the instructions from the prime minister office. Okay, so this is all about this article. And here it has mentioned that and now the government is following all this thing of the market, mandir, and this mandal, because now the present government tried to project itself as the party of the lower caste. Okay, so it has been defined as the new BJP, and particularly this Nalin Mehta has defined it as the candidates and the voters, they represent the lower caste in the BJP. Previously, it was considered as the party of the upper caste and the upper class. This is concentrated into the cities center. So now this also focusing on the capital expenditure, market devotion in the market as well. Ease of doing is the main focus area of the Prime Minister Modi. Okay. So this is all about next important news that we are going to take. This is from the international relation, and that is not that much relevant because it is talking about the deep inside the international global era, how the legitimacy and the power of America is declining. So here it is mentioned that you become leader not due to your power, military power or economic power, but your legitimacy is very important. And the legitimacy of America is not that much intact because its own political party. For example, the Trump is accusing its democratic system, the validity of US electoral system. Okay. Besides that, the technological area, it is being challenged from the China and Russia itself, and in the military area as well. And in the currency area, this BRICS policy on the local currency, this is giving competition to the US dollar. Okay, here it has mentioned the Chinese, the traditional and non-traditional technique like the Confucius Institute and TikTok and gaming, all this challenging. Even in the artificial intelligence, US is not that much as the level as it was previously considered. Now the Europe and China is showing its advantageous position. In the last, it is mentioned that despite all this thing, the US is still important for the US because it still play a very significant role. In the between, it has mentioned that the US has always been it considered itself that it is going to make this world rule-based international system, but this is very abstract concept. US itself many a times breached this rule-based system that he made, so that's why he exempt itself. So this is all about considering itself exempt from the norms. It has particularly mentioned this American war on Afghanistan and Iraq. All this thing has been. Yes, the last news that we will take is this editorial. Here it has given that RBI, how it is going to focus on the cut into the interest rate, because as we saw in the interim budget that there has been the reduction in the deficit, and that's why if there is the reduction in the deficit, there is a chance that there will be the less money into the market, and that's why there is the chance that inflation can reduce. Okay, so in that case, whenever there is the reduction in the money flow into the market, what the RBI do? RBI generally make the policy by that there will be the injection of the money into the market. Okay, so what for the injection of the money, what RBI can do? What RBI can do? Yes, generally to injection in the money, RBI first thing can do is reduction into the its interest rate. Okay, if there will be reduction, more bank will try to borrow from the RBI. If the interest rate is low for the banks, banks will also provide the loan at the interest rate to, low interest rate to the people as well. Okay, for example, if RBI itself provides the 8% of the interest rate, so banks get at the 8%, so they will add their operational expenditure. By that they will give 12%, they will take the 12% of the interest rate for the people. This is in the hand of the RBI. The first thing that can do, open market operation can also do, but this is not that much voluntary. People will sell or purchase the bond, that is the open market operation. But this is the first thing, this is in the hand of the RBI. RBI can reduce and can increase. So whenever RBI have to curb the money, it's increase the interest rate. Whenever it has to make injection of the money, it reduces its interest rate. Okay, so that's why bank also reduce its interest rate, and that's why people will try to get more borrowed money, and that's why if the people have more money, so they will they will do more expenditure, and that's why there could be the increase in the economic activity. Maybe I have just one machine, but after getting the loan, I can buy two machines. I need the people, so I can employ the people as well. So there is the RBI always try to balance the inflation with the this economic activity. Whenever there is the more money into the market, there will be the more economic activity. So this is all about. So this editorial is talking that still this inflation rate is around 7%, and it is fluctuating between 7 to 5, and the target for this RBI is to bring it to the 4%. So there is still gap, and that's why still RBI need to curb on the inflation instead of going for the reduction in the interest rate. Next article is with respect to the what is going in the America, particularly this in the Brazil. There is always chance of the dictatorship and military rule. So recently we saw that the previous president, he tried to do a coup, and yes, it was failed, but yes, there was the attempt. So it is, the whole article is talking that there has been always the tussle between the two party and the leadership of the two party, and those who remain in the power, they never want to leave the power. They always try to get remain in the power, and that's why even they reach and they many a times attempt such military coup. So this is all about, so you don't have to go into the detail about that. So I think most of the relevant area that is needed to cover as per the relevance of the UPSC we have covered. Here I will wind up my session. So yes, all the best. Thank you. Jai Hind.